Well, we're starting it off right. This is January 2nd, 2024. I'm Michael Jordan with AB Friendly Company. It's early in the morning. The shop's open. We're moving and shaking on a cold day in January. It's not bad. It hasn't been bad. But we need to start you off on your beekeeping trade. So, the first thing we always talk about are bees for me. Now, when we talk about bees and beekeeping and our bees for me, the number one topic and the one that no one talks about when you first start out is, can you take a sting? Uh, you're going to get stung. You're going to get stung multiple times sometimes. Actually, I haven't been stung. I didn't get stung last year. And the year before, I got stung a couple times, but I was doing some massive swarm removals, which are going to be part of your job. It's another aspect of making money and collecting bees and helping your community. So we need to see about if you can take a sting. So I always tell you about getting your 3-ring binder. I'm going to get my 3-ring binder here in a little bit, and I'll show you some stuff that I've got in mind. But you get a 3-ring binder, a nice one, a 3-inch one, a big thick one, right? And then the first thing in your you label your 3-ring binder. I labeled mine Michael Jordan's apiary beekeeping skills. You can name it whatever you want. It's you're building a book for your apiary is what you're going to end up doing here. And the first thing you're going to stick in that book is a printout of the human body. And there's a reason for this, is that we're going to get into the first thing is bee stings. Can you take a sting? Right, that's like the number one thing. So you should put this photo of the anatomy of the human body in your folder, and I suggest you get like 100 copies of it. And what you're going to do is you're going to, every time you get stung, you're going to mark the location on that little human body. You're going to write the date that you got stung and the location where you got stung. And then you're going to list the activities on that sheet of what happened. And as we get to talking about the bee sting here in a minute, you'll be able to list a lot of things. So the first thing I want you to do is get a 3-ring binder. I want you to make a whole bunch of copies of the human anatomy and put in that 3-ring binder. And in front of those pages, a brief description on a page of bee sting to you. And what I mean bee sting to you is that if you haven't ever been stung by a bee, I suggest you get an allergy test. It'll tell you everything about what you're allergic to and if you can keep bees. If you've been stung before, when I was 7, man, I got stung like 5 times by hornets at our ranch in Glendo. And it was because I was standing actually on their nest in a clover field because they were like a bald-faced hornet. They buried into the ground, and I was standing on their home. They stung me a couple times. Different type of venom, same thing, just not as much increased. I got stung by bumblebees before as a kid. The honeybees pick them up. Now, I've always been in tune with bees, but you should write your first encounter of what it was like to get stung, when it got stung, and your reaction. If you haven't ever had a bee reaction, I suggest you go get an allergy test. Yes, you're going to pay for an allergy test. It's not too expensive, but it's going to be something that, man, it's going to really find out what you're allergic to and what you can do, and if you can keep bees at all. My son can't keep bees, and I'm a beekeeper. Biologically, I'm not his biological dad, but he's my son. And he can't keep bees. He's deathly allergic to them. I mean, like, deathly allergic. He got stung one time, and we barely got him to the emergency room where they could do another injection of EpiPen and stuff and get him going. And a little blood transfusion kind of like going on. But he's really bad. And that's one reason why I really promote this, is that beekeeping is a skill that you're going to learn. And the first thing you're going to learn is how to take a sting. We need to get you in a book and why I want you to put out a human body is that every time you get stung, you're going to mark it. Sometimes you get stung multiple times. I want you to mark it. We're going to see what happens over a 3-day time period. Over a course of time, you're going to have these sheets that you've marked up, and you're either going to see you getting more like in tune with the beekeeping sting. That man, right now, when I get stung, it's just a little red dot and a bump, and within 2 days, it's gone. Some people get stung and their hand swells up like the Incredible Hulk. Lots of pain, stretching the skin. Feels like your hand's gonna explode, right? Some people go into anaphylactic shock. The thing that we're trying to do with the bee sting is that first off, you're gonna write down your reaction to the bee sting, or get an allergy test. Then you're gonna put these sheets in that has this body on it. Every time you get stung, you write the date, the location, mark it, and your reaction over the 3 days. And like I said, over a period of time, you're going to see that you're getting more immune to the bee sting, or basically you're getting worse, and you should probably stop beekeeping. This will help you track that. That's the first thing we're just going to start tracking is our bee sting, right? So once you get your 3-ring binder, I'll get mine out here and stuff, and I'll show you here in this next video. But you need to get your 3-ring binder out, 3-inch 3-ring binder. First thing you're going to put in at first page is what your reaction to the sting is and when you got stung. Get some information about getting stung your first time. If you don't have that, you're going to have a sheet that talks about how you went to an allergist and got to see if you have an allergic reaction to bee sting. And then we're going to put a piece of paper in there that's the human body, and that way we can mark where we've gotten stung over the course of our beekeeping and how the reaction has affected us over the period of time. So let's just go and get that started. Let's get your 3-ring binder out. Let's put that page in of like our allergy test and what we can do, and let's get some stuff going, and we're going to talk more about the bee sting.